Oh yeah. Oh yeah. 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 Sure. Got those moves. You got those moves. You got those moves. Yeah. 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 What? What?
Welcome, everybody. NYMD Podcast. Kevin Hart, Brian Sherrod here on a Sunday. A little chilly this morning, but of course, we got sports to warm you up.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
All right. We ain't got a lot of time today, so let's get this party started. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We're here on StreamYard and YouTube. Subscribe and like us, NYMD Podcast. Of course, we're on IG, Facebook, and the Twitter. Of course, we were tweeting out all day yesterday, especially with that 9 overtime game, which is the first thing I'll be talking about today, which was absolutely insane, and I hated every minute of it. And yeah, and then of course we're on everywhere that you have. I'm talking about the 9 overtime game. That threw me out of my rhythm of talking about everything. But we're on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, and Spreaker and Stitcher apps. Wherever you find podcasts, you will find the NYMD Podcast. So let's get things started, man. We have a lot to talk about: NBA, NCAA, NFL. So we're gonna just delve into the first and MLB, I guess. But first off, man. So did you hear about the 9 overtime game?
Yes, we had Penn State and Illinois. Is that who it was?
Penn State and Illinois in a 9 overtime. 9 overtimes.
Okay, so before you get into it, you're gonna have to update me real quick on the overtime rules. Is this the type of thing where everybody starts on the opposite, like 25-yard line?
Yeah. Okay. I think it might be 25 or 35. It might be
25. Okay.
But yeah, everybody starts there for the first couple of overtimes.
Okay.
And after I don't know, after 2 or 3, then you're just going from their 5-yard line going for 2.
Okay.
That's why the score was low. It wasn't, you know what I mean?
Yeah. All right. So okay. First question.
It was 20-18. So a 9 overtime game, that's 20-18.
Okay. So this is my not watching a lot of college football perspective. But, however, if you have 9 overtimes, is it time to change the system, Hurt?
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. This is obviously an anomaly.
I mean, but 9 overtime. No game should ever have 9 overtimes.
No, never in the history of existence of life. There's a certain part where, you know what? Back in the day, we used to have ties in college football. Ties didn't kill anybody. All right. After, say, I don't know, number 7 or 6 or 5, it's a tie. You didn't win. You didn't lose. It's a tie. Period. That's just, I can't. Like, at a certain point in time, who wants to watch 2 teams just going for 2-point conversions? Even though in the moment I was at the Baltimore Comic-Con. Shout out to Baltimore Comic-Con, who's downtown today as well, and also Transformers Con, which is still downtown as well at the Hilton down in the harbor. The convention center is where the Comic-Con is, and make sure you have your shots up to date. If not, you can't make it, or unless you want to get a rapid test for $30. Anyway, I can't. Like, it just ended and it's over. That's it.
Yeah.
That's 9 overtime. Teams going for 2. It's just, and then the teams were. Then Illinois was so happy. They were just tired. Like it was like that was it. Like, celebration was it like, hey, we beat the number 7 team in the country. It was like, oh, thank goodness this is over. You know what I'm saying? So it's, again, that was a big upset, but it just sucked.
Yeah.
The 9 overtimes. I just, it was terrible. Just having to sit through that for people who had to watch it again. I wasn't around for that. I was just following on my phone. But man, 9 overtimes needs to go.
Yeah.
Needs to go.
Well, I know you went to Comic-Con yesterday in Baltimore. But heard that was not the biggest event in the area, because I did not realize that number 2 Cincinnati was at Navy yesterday.
Yeah,
we could have gone. We always talk about, man, we gotta get to a Navy game. Man, that would have been the game to go to. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, definitely. But that game was, I'm sure it was sold out.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I'm sure that game was sold out. But yeah, so number 2 Cincinnati on the road in Annapolis. Eking out a 27-20 victory over the Naval Academy.
Man,
so they keep their dreams alive to try to get a playoff bid.
Yeah,
for the
and Navy, it must have been so exciting. Navy got the onside kick, man. At the end of the game, they had a shot.
Yeah,
they had a shot to go down and tie it, man. So
they said they had a chance.
Yeah,
and they did. And then, speaking of which, both service academies had exciting games yesterday.
Oh yeah,
as a number 16 Wake traveled to Army, and that game was the polar opposite of the Penn State Illinois game, as this game was defense stay home, not optional. Like, you just say defense optional. They just didn't bring that side of the ball at all. As that score was 70-56 Wake Forest. Yes,
Lord, man.
70-56.
That's crazy.
Like, I know both defensive coordinators have to be like, if I was defensive coordinator of the team, I know I would be freaking out right now. Like, I was like, Coach, I don't know what happened. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we tried, it didn't work. I'll hand in my resignation if you want it right now, man. I'm telling you, because 70-56. So Wake Forest, they keep their good streak going, and they're number 16 in the country, so they're going to move up. The biggest upset of the weekend, I know some people think it's Oklahoma State losing to Iowa State. A lot of people picked that Iowa State was the favorite to win that game, playing at home in Ames to beat Oklahoma State. But our Chanticleers, number 14, they had a good run going. Lost to their conference rivals and always upsetting people. App State 30-27. So yeah, any bid or any shot our Chanticleers had of maybe making a bowl game, like a big 5 bowl game, is gone. So, but they had a good run. They're having a good season. But going to App State, man, never an easy thing.
No.
Never an easy thing.
And also, our schools didn't really fare too well. Well, you lost. Your school lost to two people yesterday.
Yeah, I was thinking. I don't know how good Mary was, but William was good. Mary's good as well. We lost 40-14 to William and Mary.
Yeah.
I wonder if they changed their name, because they used to be called the Tribe. So I don't know if they had to change their name.
I think they're still the Tribe.
Okay. And I told you your team was going to lose in the Battle of the M's.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, Soda came in. Now the crazy stat, or the crazy score yesterday too, was Oklahoma losing 10-0 at halftime. Do you know who they played?
I do. I forgot. Darn it, I forgot.
Kansas. They were losing 10-0 to Kansas. I was like, wait a second, what is going on? Kansas. But they came back to win 30. They scored 35 points in the second half to win 35-23. But that was a weird game. So they're number 3. They keep their hopes alive. Number 1, Georgia's off this week. Alabama beat Tennessee 52-24, number 4. Ohio State killed Indiana. Michigan still undefeated, beating Northwestern. Of course, Penn State upset. Number 8, Oklahoma State upset. Oregon came back from behind to beat UCLA 34-31. By the way, in College Game Day was in UCLA. Those people were up at 5 a.m. So, and then as I tell you, and I always mean it, college football here is the closest thing to the fandom of soccer and here too, because obviously, I'm crazy for it, and over in England, because the Premier League had one of their Premier League live parties, like the one I went to when they were in DC. They were in LA as well, and those fans were up for a 7 a.m. 7:30 Chelsea game, so they were up at 4:30.
Wow.
To watch it, and they were outside, I think, the Coliseum, and game day was at the Rose Bowl. So it just was crazy yesterday. But my whole thing is how both those cultures, so to speak, are so similar. I was asking our friend Dan, as I said, would you get up at 6 o'clock in the morning for a Dolphins anything? Now, don't get me wrong. If they had a tailgate 6 a.m., I would think about it.
I might have to.
Yeah. But no one's getting up for an NFL thing at 6 o'clock in the morning. No. Already jazzed, having beers, chilling. Soccer, NCAA football. That's it. Man. That's it. If game day's in town, you're there. If a CBS was doing a game down here, and it's like, hey guys, we'll be out at 7 a.m. People are like, okay. So it's just not the same feeling. But college football fans and soccer fans, gotta love it.
Speaking of college game day, dude, that text you sent me of that sign, dude,
yeah, all the uniform changes in the world can't cover 0 titles. That's just they really had some good ones.
And the 0 was the Oregon O.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, you know how game day signs are like the best sign.
Yeah.
So that was fun.
That was cool.
Ole Miss won at home against LSU. Notre Dame against rival USC won. Texas A&M over South Carolina. Number 18, NC State went on the road to Miami. They were upset, lost 31-30.
Wow.
San Diego State beat Air Force. So all the service academies lost yesterday.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh beat Clemson because Clemson is now trash, and it makes me happy.
Wow.
Yeah, 27-17. The Roadrunners, number 24, University of Texas San Antonio over at La Tech, 45-16. And number 25, Purdue lost at home to Wisconsin. So Purdue will be dropping out of the top 25, obviously.
Okay.
So there goes the week in college. SMU played Thursday. I'm sorry. SMU at 21. The Mustangs beat Tulane 55-26. And there you have it.
Cool, man.
All right. So what do you want to move to next?
Well, I know you said you wanted to talk a little bit about the WNBA championship.
Oh, yeah. So this week we crowned the new champion, Chicago Sky. Won their first championship with Candace Parker, who was from Chicago, came back home, won that team a title. They beat Phoenix and all their star power with, of course, Diana Taurasi and Skylar Diggins, Smith, I believe her name is, and I can't think of the tall one, the one that dunks on everybody. I have her name in my head, but yeah. So a star-studded Phoenix team who probably was the favorite, but Chicago gutted it out. They won a title, and I'm not a Candace Parker fan at all because we went to Tennessee, just not. But it was cool when she won, and she was looking for her daughter, and her daughter ran out into the court, and they embraced, and it was just tears. Those moments are always special. So it was just cool. So I just want to say congratulations to Chicago winning their first WNBA championship.
That's cool.
And of course, Stephanie Dolson from UConn was on the team. She's a starter. She did great. Proud of her. She won her first championship. So.
Okay.
As long as a UConn person wins, I'm happy.
Of course. Of course.
So, a lot of big college games next week, too. So I can't wait for that.
Okay.
The biggest one next week is, of course, they had the biggest cocktail party, Georgia, Florida play, and Michigan State, 2 undefeated teams playing each other next week. So I can't wait for that.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, man. Let's get started to the other regular stuff that I don't like.
All right. Well, let's talk about our favorite sport, baseball. Herb. Let me tell you. So let's talk about what happened this week. So first, we had the Astros clinch a World Series spot a couple days ago, defeating the Boston Red Sox, and then last night in Hotlanta, the Braves defeat the Dodgers 4-2, and they are going to their first World Series since what, 1999, I think.
Yeah, 22 years.
Yeah. How you feel about this, Hurt?
I hate everything about it.
I gotta say, out of all the possible matchups that we loathed, this is the absolute worst to me. I'm not even gonna watch.
I'm not gonna watch it.
I feel bad as like I said, baseball is our favorite sport. I love baseball. Hurt. I am not watching this World Series, dude. I don't. I have no interest, none, zero. Like, Hurt. I don't, because as I'm talking, I'm like, yeah, I'll probably flip the channel. No, I'm not.
I didn't flip channel once during. I did not watch not one Astro at bat, not one Dodger at bat. I did not watch one Red Sox, nor that other team. I refuse. I refuse. I can't.
It's so. What is there? Is it okay? Is this baseball's problem? Because we are baseball fans. Like, this is for as much as we talk about all the other sports, baseball is our favorite sport. Yet neither one of us are watching the World Series. Like, is this like? I'm asking you, like, how two baseball guys like us have no interest in this World Series?
Well, all right. So basically, there's one clean team, and then there's the Astros, right? I guess the way to look at it.
Yeah.
Again, my issue is, and Atlanta's been a good team. Oh God, I feel like I almost threw up in my mouth when I said that. Atlanta's been, they won the division. Oh, that's tough. And they made it, this far. But they've had a solid team all season. They won 88 games. They're 88-73. Won the East. And even though I know who's on the team, do you know how many people can you name on the team?
On which team?
On the Braves.
I could probably name one player on both teams combined.
You gotta know more Astros, man.
I'm joking.
I'm about to say.
The only Brave, and this is the truth. The only Brave I know is Freddie Freeman. That's it.
Yeah, which makes sense. Now, Acuna, who's one of their stars, he's hurt.
Acuna. Yeah,
he missed his whole season. But again, Freddie Freeman. We don't know who's on this Braves team. Back in the day, I could name you the starting lineup of the Braves, but I feel like it's baseball, not marketing their players.
I was going to say, but why? Why don't I know these players?
It's baseball's issue.
As a baseball fan, I feel like I should know this.
Yes, you should, because I know baseball, and baseball was covered back in the day without as much. Nowadays we got 95 different stations for everything, right?
Right.
So we should have more. Now again, I don't watch MLB Network. I don't watch NFL. I don't watch any of the networks that are dedicated to each sport. So maybe that's my fault. Maybe if I watch MLB Network, I would probably know more. So that could be me. But there still need to be more mainstream people out there. And I can name you more Padres only because they have more star power. And I've seen them in, commercials. But Shohei Ohtani should be in commercials. I mean, we know him, but the dude.
That's a good point. Dude, wait a minute. I don't think I've ever seen that dude in a commercial.
No, you haven't.
Not even one.
But he's such a big deal.
Wait a dude. Yo, I've not realized that till now. I have not seen this dude in a commercial.
And the only time I saw your boy all year was at an Eagles game.
Mike Trout?
Yes. I didn't see him
last week or something.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. But it's so bad that the NFL games pointing out there goes Mike Trout when MLB is not pointing out there goes Mike Trout.
Right. It's crazy, man.
So yeah, this is again, as everybody knows who's on the Astros. It's just, if this was probably Boston, Atlanta, I'd probably watch a little bit of it because I'm definitely rooting for Boston. And I would.
Is there any part of you that wants to root for Dusty a little?
Oh, I cannot have Atlanta win this World Series. There's not a shadow. There's no. I don't care if they bang drums. I don't care if they send text messages. I don't care if they use smoke signals.
Wow.
I don't care if they use carrier pigeon. As long as they beat the Braves, I can't. I can't have this happiness in Atlanta. It's sickening.
Wow, man,
So,
you hit your put a Braves run so deep, man.
It's not. It's. I mean, the years of torment of Greg Maddux and Smoltz and Avery and Bobby Cox, and I'm just. It's still there. That lingers over you like a cigar. It's just. So yeah, all that's still there. I still don't like them, and we'll never like. So and Larry, and can't forget about Larry. So it's just anything that makes Larry happy does not make me happy. Period.
Okay. Speaking of him, did you hear about the story how he was at some baseball game and he caught a foul ball, and then years later he was like in the same spot and the foul ball came to him and he missed it or something like that. Anyway,
okay. Yeah, because the question you should ask yourself is, do I care at all about anything he says?
Yeah, I know you hate that dude. All right, so
Astros in 4. Damn it.
All right, yeah, I think the Astros are going to win this one too. But I'm hoping the Braves win, man, just because I don't want those cheaters to win, man. I can't stand the fact that they're in the World Series. Can't stand it.
And the crazy thing is, too, I think baseball, maybe a little bit in football as well. There is a thing that you have called like league or conference pride in some cases. I don't have any right now. Not with this. Or if the Dodgers made it the same thing, I just wouldn't. Now the Dodgers Astros would have been intriguing because they had some history,
right? That's what I thought.
So that would have been, oh wow, that there might be some throwing pitches and some high and inside, some gamesmanship going on. But since that's not the case, I ain't watching this. So and against the World Series, I may have to turn just to see. Even though it pains me like that, whatever clinching game, just to see that out. You know what I mean? So, all right, that's enough of this. I want to talk about this.
All right, man. Well, I want to move on to football, man, because we have a lot, for the first time in a long time, we have a lot of NBA to talk about. So I want to move on to football. Just do a quick review of last week and give our picks for this week. I ask you the same question every week, man. What were your big surprises last week in the NFL?
Yep. Well, the big surprise, Jaguars got their first win.
Dude, yeah.
That was surprising.
So it's funny. I leave out for church and the Dolphins are rolling. I mean, they are rolling, man. I think they were up like 10-0. I come back from church. The game's still on. And I'm seeing a field goal, like I think it was an overtime, kicking overtime, and I see Jaguars celebrating. I'm like, no, the Dolphins, please, because I think we both picked Miami.
Yeah, of course. I mean, the world probably picked Miami, and because Tua's coming back, and I was thinking, their defense should be up for this challenge. I mean, it was a close game because they went on a last-second field goal. But it's still, Jacksonville and Coach Meyer got their first win.
I'm sorry, to all the Dolphins out there, but Dolphins suck this year, man. I can't believe they're 1-5. Like, there's no excuse for this, man. There's no excuse, and there's no excuse for losing to Jacksonville. And now, we're hearing rumors, and I want to ask you about this. We're hearing rumors that these Deshaun Watson trades are ramping up. Trade talks are ramping up, and Miami is front and center in these talks. First of all, do you believe those rumors? And B, do you think if this were to go down, will this be a good move for the Dolphins?
A, no. B, no.
My thoughts exactly. I don't think there's anything to this. I
think
can't.
it's more coming from probably Deshaun's agent or some Houston area than what's going down in Miami. I know Flores said, Tours our guy. Again, this is Tours, what, second season? Tours?
Yeah.
His first starter, he was injured for a large part of the season so far. He just came back for this game this past Sunday. So, and plus you had to give up a ransoms fee to get Deshaun, and I don't know if Deshaun is, again, legally able to play. Because just think about Houston's not playing him. The team that has him is not playing him. If he could legally, or if there was some, whatever the case is, if he could play, they would play him. And am I wrong? He's not like is he sitting out the season? Or is he just not? Or they're just like, we're just not going to play you because
they're not playing him. He's collecting.
So then why would you take on that headache and that burden? That's my whole thing. Because so much surrounding him. Why would you do that to your organization?
Right.
And then what's your fan base going to think? To me, again, we need a quarterback. We need a quarterback. And due to our organization's last couple of a decade of ignorance and stupidity and everything, I wouldn't be surprised if it would be us that would do something dumb like that, honestly. But there's a reason why the team that has one of the most talented players in the NFL isn't playing him. They're not playing him. Why would you take that on?
I don't get it, man.
Yeah.
I do not get it.
Yeah, so I think most of the rumors are coming from there than coming from Miami. I think Miami, again, this is a year their defense hasn't been what it was supposed to be. They have had injuries. Some of their draft picks haven't been great. And Tua, needs to be healthy.
Yeah. To me, that's the biggest issue is the draft. I think Miami has floundered this opportunity where they've had all these draft picks. And I don't think any of them have really panned out the way they thought. And this really going to set the team back. I mean, they should not be. This was a 10-16 last year, Hurt. And right now they're sitting in 1-5, and they lost to a team that lost 20 games in a row, and their coach doesn't want to take flights with them home back from road trips.
Well, I think he had to this time. I don't think he's back there having bangers and mash back in London. So I think he had that. This is a flight that you can't miss. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So I'm sure he was on the plane. The other big takeaway was the Tennessee game against the Bills.
Oh yeah, man, that was a good game, dude. Let me tell you, Derrick Henry, man, I did not see that coming. Like, I know Derrick Henry's great, but dude, I did not expect him to just run through Buffalo's defense like he did, man. Props to him, man. He keeps doing this thing, man. And yeah, that was a surprise. I did not see that coming.
No, yeah, they had a great game. I thought Buffalo had that. Actually, it was tight throughout the whole thing, but Buffalo scored 10 to get it into overtime. And did it go in overtime? No, it was regulation. 10 points in the fourth quarter to get it to 34-31.
Yeah, so basically,
go ahead.
No, I was gonna say the way the game ended though, it was 34-31. Buffalo's driving, they're on like the 5-yard line. It's 4th and inches. So
that was a bad play call.
Well, I like the play call. I was going to ask you, did you like that play call? I didn't have a problem with it because it was inches. You got a mobile quarterback. You have a 6'6" quarterback who could easily get you those inches to get in first, to get a first down there. But it just didn't pan out.
No, yeah, I know that he lost his footing. It's tricky there. I'm more of a person that either you could do so many things with him. If you decide to sit here, he's so athletic. If you rolled him out, that's an automatic touchdown. You know what I mean? Like but quarterback sneak, everybody kind of knew the guy busted the line, and as strong as Josh Allen is, you're not moving some 330 pounder. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Once they hit you, you're going down, and that's exactly what happened. Dude, that was the game where I didn't care about either team that I enjoyed watching. So it was definitely an exciting game. My team lost, of course, and your team had a great game against the LA Chargers.
Yeah, that to me, that was one of the biggest surprises. Were the Ravens absolutely destroying the Chargers. I picked the Chargers to win that game. I forgot who you picked, but they didn't just win. Oh, okay, yeah, they didn't just win. I mean, it was 34-6. Like, it was total domination. Total domination. The Ravens could do whatever they want on the ground. Dude, it was total domination when Le'Veon Bell, Devontae Freeman, Latavius Murray all had touchdowns. Like, Le'Veon Bell even had a touchdown. Like, that's how this was like total domination, man. But I loved it.
Yeah, as you should. All right. Let's get to these games. You ready for week 7?
Yeah, I'm ready, man. These games are stinkers. They are stinkers.
No, dude, what are you talking about?
There are a lot of bad games.
There's some really good games, and you know how I usually build up to like doing our games last and stuff like that, or saving some of the best games for later. Like, I don't go in like that kind of order. So I'm gonna start right out with one of the best games of the week. Jets at Patriots, man. Who you got?
Wow. Jets at the Patriots?
Jets at is it? Yep, it's in Foxborough.
Yeah. Well, we all know the Jets. The Jets. We all know the Patriots are winning this game. The Jets, by the way, the Jets let me down. The Patriots let me down. The one time, I become a freaking fan, I'm actually actively rooting for these dudes. And of course, what do? They let me down. So, but then I'm going to
they had that game, man. They had that game.
Yeah. It just sucks, man.
That was very.
I hate to say it, but the Cowboys are a legit contender. I hate to say it, but
sure,
it is what it is, man.
Yeah, well, they're not playing this week, so I'm not talking about them. So Patriots, I had the Patriots over the Jets.
Absolutely. Okay.
Another good game. We got Panthers at Giants.
Woo! You know what? I'm actually going to take the Giants in this one, man.
Wow, really? Did you see how bad they were last week?
Look, man, a blind squirrel finds a nut every now and again, and I think this is that day.
Yeah, but I think this nut lost his sense of smell too. So, I got the Panthers in this one.
Okay.
Because they are sorry. The big 1 o'clock game, of course, Falcons at Dolphins.
All right, look, Rudy. I know you're down there in Miami. I know you're probably getting ready for this. Getting ready to go down there and do your tailgate and get ready.
I would be down there for this game too. I would be down there because tickets are set as low as $11. So
wow, look, Rudy. I think you're going to get your money's worth this weekend because I truly believe the Dolphins. I know I picked them last week and I thought they were going to win. I thought that was a no-brainer. But dude, y'all have to beat the Falcons, right? Like, you guys are not going to lose. Okay, if y'all lose to the Falcons, I truly, if y'all lose to the Falcons today, somebody's getting fired. Somebody is getting fired. Y'all cannot lose to the Falcons. So for that reason, I'm picking the Dolphins because I truly believe if they lose today, someone, I don't know who, but someone is getting fired. So who you got, man?
I got the Dolphins.
Okay.
We got, let's just get this game over with. Washington on the road at Green Bay. My favorite team against my favorite player.
Yeah, well, it's going to be a bloodbath today, unfortunately.
Oh, dude, listen. Actually, we always play them pretty tight for some reason. These games, we usually do not get blown out when we play the Packers. we're going to lose this game without a shadow of a doubt. A-Rod's going to have a really good game. Aaron Jones and Devontae Adams are going to have solid games. But the Packers are going to win. I said win by like 10.
Okay.
Yeah, but Packers. We got Eagles on the road at who surprised me last week. They rallied together and had that win at Denver. But they play the Eagles today. Who you got?
Let me see. I don't know about this one. I'm trying to think. Who do you have?
No, I got the Raiders. Were you like really? Is this like a trick question or something?
I'm gonna go Eagles.
Oh, okay. I was like, were you really thinking about this?
Yeah, because I'm gonna go Eagles.
All right. So, what was I gonna say? I got the Raiders. Eagles are a suspect as well, but they're a team that can actually pull off an upset here or there. But I got the Raiders in this one, but it's going to be a close game.
Yeah,
it's going to be a close game.
I don't know. The Eagles, they've been having a little bit of a tough time of it lately. The Raiders look. The Raiders look like a team that's kind of like in turmoil, but they did come out last week like I thought they were going to do. But I kind of, I'm going Eagles. Yep.
Okay. All right. Rams, and this is the Stafford Golf Bowl.
Ugh.
Rams are at home to the only team that doesn't have a win yet, the Detroit Lions. Who's winning this game?
Where is this game?
It is at SoFi.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean,
and did you really have to ask that question? That's enough. He'll be out in the playground.
Yeah. I mean, so
could have been at Dunbar.
Yeah. So we know the Rams are going to win. I just was curious to know if Stafford was going to put up a performance back at his home, in his home state.
Gotcha.
Yeah, well, Stafford's going to throw for like 4 touchdowns and throw for 400 yards a day. I mean, it's going to be another bloodbath today.
Yeah, well, you know who's not going to be putting up any stats in his home return would be Jared Goff. Rams big in this one. Cardinals at the not defeated Cardinals at home to the Texans. And I have to quote somebody who said, I think the Cardinals may win this game because Tyrod Taylor's not playing. I was like, did you say Tyrod Taylor? Tyrod Taylor's the difference? It was funny. I think they just said it to be funny because it was hilarious. So anyway, Cardinals, Texans, I got Cardinals.
Yeah, man. I mean, look, 1 of 1 is playing today.
Yes.
So,
and Hopkins and
Yeah. Man, they got so much fireworks, man, on offense, man. So many weapons, man. They're good, man.
Yeah, and they just got Ertz, and I think this is the first game Ertz is eligible to play in. So
man, good for them, man. But look, Arizona. I looked at their schedule a couple weeks ago, and I realized, I don't know when they're going to lose because their schedule is just.
I mean, the thing is, this is a franchise that has never been to a Super Bowl, as far as I can remember.
Oh, they've been to a Super Bowl. They lost to Pittsburgh. Kurt Warner.
Cardinals, yes, because Larry Fitzgerald was on that team. Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
I didn't know if they were in St. Louis at the time or in Phoenix. That gets me confused.
Yeah.
So they have gone to one, but end up losing. So, but I'm rooting for them. I'm rooting for a franchise that's never won anything. So I'm hoping they keep continuing having a good season. So I have them winning. Bears on the road at the defending champion Buccaneers. What you got?
I mean, come on. Like you said, Bears on the road. The Bears said running backs hurt. Tampa stops the run. And that's just like one reason why they're going to lose today. I mean, brought up like Tom Brady, weapons on offense. I mean, it's a home game for Tampa. So
yeah, I know Gronk is out, I believe. Brown, I think Brown is out this game. I mean, still have everybody else. So yeah, but yeah, I got Bucks. The 1 p.m. game down the road at the M&T. You want to talk about a lot of people downtown today? M&T Bank, Comic Con, and TF Con. That's a lot.
Good Lord, man. Good
So
Lord.
1 o'clock, Bengals traveling over to get a chicken box. So you got. Now I'll do this one. I'm sorry. I'll do this first.
Yeah,
Ravens played at home last week. Had a wonderful game against the Los Angeles Chargers. This is a divisional game. It's a hard-hitting game. Man, I got the Bengals.
Yeah, I don't feel good about this one, Hurt. I am super nervous about this game. Lamar is 5-0 against the Bengals, and he destroys. Lamar not only destroys the Bengals, but he normally does like superhuman things against them. Like he has like some of his best performances. Of course, he did the spin move touchdown against the Bengals a couple years ago in his MVP season, but he always does like something spectacular, especially at their stadium. But this ain't your daddy's Bengals, Hurt. These Bengals can actually play defense, and they have weapons on offense. And I don't know. I am super nervous. I am going to reluctantly.
Just say it.
I think the Bengals are going to win this game.
All right, so yeah, say. I mean, because you picked the Chargers last week, and I know how superstitious you are. So I mean, you gotta go. Which means since we both picked the Bengals, the Ravens are going to win.
I just really, dude, I really have a bad feel. I just got that feeling in my gut. I got a bad feeling about this. But anyway, all right. I'm sorry. I just really have a bad feeling. Gosh, I hate that.
That brings to our statistician here, Jay, with the Kurt Warner fact. When he started every game with the 3 Super Bowls, because he only finished the season 3 times because he always got hurt. So.
Wow, really?
Yeah, wow, I guess 2 with the Rams and 1 with Phoenix.
Wow.
Arizona, whatever they call it.
Wow. That's
Sunday night game. 49ers at home to the Colts.
I'm taking the Colts. They're on a roll right now.
Okay. I don't even know who's playing for the 49ers, but I'll pick the Colts too.
Yeah, I think they're playing a lot better. They should have beat the Ravens. They killed last week. I forgot who they played last week, but they killed them. And then I just think they're gonna do well. So even though T.Y. is out, I think Paris Campbell's hurt again, but I still want to pick them to win.
Monday night, Saints Seahawks.
Gosh, what a stinker of a game. You know what?
I'm not watching that game at all.
I was going to say Saints, but I don't trust Winston, Jameis. I don't trust him. And Seattle's at home, so it's weird. I was actually going to pick the Saints this game, but now I think Seahawks going to pull this up.
All right, now I'm going for the Saints because I trust Geno Smith less. So I'm going to go. And if Chris Carson isn't playing, that running game's going to be faulty.
Well, so, they dusted off the ghost of Alex Collins last week, who ran all over. It was almost like
which they did lose that game, but I'm still picking them to lose this one.
It was like 2017 all over again. But anyway.
But yeah, so and the Thursday night game, you want to talk about a game on Thursday? Let me tell you, brother. Definitely watching this one. My favorite player on a short week, traveling down to visit 1 of 1 Packers Cardinals Thursday night football.
Wow,
This is what the NFL is all about, right? Right?
And this is where is this?
This in Glendale.
I'm go Arizona.
All right. Well, you know who I'm picking. And you ain't going undefeated all season. So I'm picking the Packers. Packers going to have an easy – both teams have an easy win this week, honestly. Texans and Washington. I think A-Rod has a harder time with Washington than Cardinals do with Texans. But in a short week going down there, I don't know. He does well at stadium, except for that one time when, of course, Skip Bayless wanted to blame him for only scoring 49 points in a playoff game. But yeah, I got the Packers now. Go ahead.
By the way, is Aaron Rodgers selling his property in Chicago?
No. Why would you sell something that you always, get dividends from? I mean, seriously. But I didn't know there was a controversy. Huh?
Because he says he owns that city, so
Well, it says it. It's true. What he says is true. It's not like he owns Chicago. He owns it. And forget the Hallis family. It's the Rodgers family that owns the Bears. But then I heard there was people were. I didn't know. This was like on Friday. There was some controversy because they were mad that he talked to the fans like that or something. I'm like, like you said, he looked up this lady's giving him a double bird, and I'm not talking about not talking about a cardinal raven at the same time. You know what I'm saying? A falcon eagle. It wasn't one of those double birds. And so he's like, I a little expletive here, but I own you. I own Chicago. And he does. Get over it. Get over it. Come on now. He owns it. And you can say anything to athletes, and if athlete says something which isn't even directed at you, he's just directed at the team that can't ever stop him. So yes, he has stock in that team. He owns them, and you know what? He's one of the best owners in the league. So I guess.
By the way, have you seen the new Aaron Rodgers State Farm commercial where he's acting like a host of a Jeopardy-like game show?
Yes,
dude. I love that.
All those commercials they're just funny. They're just really funny. So, but I'm glad he still broke out the discount double check. That I haven't seen that in so long when he scored that touchdown.
Yeah.
So that was so apropos. I love that. I love the fact that there's this rivalry there. So
yeah,
that's awesome. Cool. Awesome sauce. All right, what we got now?
All right, man. Well, let's get to really the topic of the week, which we haven't said that in a long time. The NBA hurt. NBA started this week, man. And let's see what we got. We got people not showing up for practices. We got fights we got fights starting already in LA. We got the Wiz off to a 2-0 start.
Yeah.
Man, we got we got Steph shooting 9 for 9, 25 points in the first quarter of a game the other night. We got, and this is what I can't wait to hear you talk about. We got people being snubbed out the top 75 list, all-time NBA list. So
which had 76 players, by the way. So.
Huh? Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So where do you want to start? We have so much to talk about, man.
Well, let's start out with me personally. In honor of the 75th anniversary of the NBA, I want to do our top 7 players of all time and our top 5 favorite players to watch of all time.
Oh, this is great. Okay.
Yeah. So I want to start with that. Then we'll get into the top 75 and who we felt maybe was left out of that grouping.
Okay. So you want to say, you said our top 7 players?
Yeah, just for the 7 and the 5, because I know everybody's usually top 10 is what you normally do. Just in honor of the 75. So that's why I split it between 7 and 5. Because I know I couldn't put together 75, let me tell you. So okay. 7 and 5 I thought was good.
All right. So I'm just going to run down to you my top 7 players all time in the NBA. Number 7, I put Wilt at number 7.
Yeah.
Number 6, Kobe Bryant, the late great Kobe Bryant.
Yeah.
Number 5, I put Magic. Number 4, and I know I'm going to hear it. I put LeBron.
Okay.
Number 3, I put Kareem. Number 2, I put Bill Russell, and number 1, of course, is MJ. So that is my top all-time greatest players.
Okay, and the crazy thing is, we have basically everything the same. Obviously, the order is different, but except for one player. So my number 7 player, I put some time and thought into it, and I feel like he does get overlooked, but he's the dude I feel like could play in any era, and he was just fundamentally one of the best players of all time. And my number 7 player is Tim Duncan. I got him at number 7.
Nice.
Number 6, I have the late Kobe Bean Bryant.
Okay.
Number 5, I have Bill Russell. I mean, when you got 10,000 rings, you got more rings than Thanos. I give you that. Number 4, of course, the Magic Man. The Magic Man, Magic Johnson, number 4. Number 3, the highest scorer in NBA history, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Got to put number 3. Number 2, you see his logo everywhere. He has basically almost his own sneaker brand, and he's the owner of an NBA team, one of the few owners in basketball, just even in the country. Basically, I have your boy Michael Jeffrey Jordan at number 2, and number 1. I think we know who this person is. To me, just the epitome of a basketball player. Love this guy, on and off the court. I got LeBron James at number 1.
Why am I sitting here surprised that you put LeBron at 1? Come on, man.
Why are you surprised? That how I feel about LeBron.
I understand that, but you really.
But you put him at number 4. You put him at number 4. So what's worse? I did not argue if you put him at number 4, which is asinine. So you're going to argue with me and put him at number 1?
Okay? So
okay, real quick. We don't have a long time today.
I know. But I just had this one question. In your heart of hearts, you truly believe LeBron James is the greatest player to play this game in the history of the NBA?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, he's definitely not the 4th, but that's all right. All right. Who's your top 5? And now, again, this list I made different than putting LeBron and Kobe. I made this the top 5 players who I just enjoyed watching. I don't care if they had 1 talent or 2 talents. It's just when they were on the court, I had to see them do what they do, basically. Yeah. And there's a lot of these players out there. So I'll start out with my number 5. He's just one of my favorite players. He was the soul and heart of New York. I know we'll still can't get over him missing that layup that one year, and your boy basically kept us from going to more championships. But even when we went there, we still lost, ended up losing. But I got my number 5 is Patrick Ewing.
Patrick Ewing. Okay.
I love Pat.
All right.
So, my number 4, I had to keep thinking like during his career, and he's not the best player. Right now, he's just a role player. Like, he literally just a role player. But when he was at the top of his game and he couldn't even shoot, all he did was dunk. But his dunks were just so freaking amazing. I didn't know he was going to come out with that kind of impact coming from a school like Oklahoma. My number 4 was Blake Griffin.
Wow.
Like, that dude was a highlight every night. He's a highlight every night. So that's why it's just so – that dude would just soar through the air, just dunk on everybody in our family. So it was Blake. Number 3, he had a move. He had a move that they named the UTEP 2-step. I mean, it was just every time, and he was in that one of these Nike commercials. He's like, I got skills. That's all I remember. And he just do his little boom, his little crossover. And that was Tim Hardaway, who was part of one of the best teams I loved watching back in the day, which was, of course, the Golden State Warriors, the old version with Run TMC, with Tim, Mitch, and Chris Mullin. Number two is a tie because I had to do that. Dr. J was one of my favorite players growing up. Even though he did play Philadelphia, I didn't have the hate for Philadelphia as a young kid. Just the afro, the from behind, the highlights he used to show, and the one year that they won the championship and beat the Lakers. I love me some Dr. J. Title of him, of course, from St. John's, part of the Run TMC, Chris Mullin. I just love the way the dude used to come off a screen and shoot. He's left-handed. Went to St. John's. I love Mully to death, so he's number two. My number one favorite player, for some reason, I even had a jersey of his when he played, and I loved him when he played in Houston. I loved him when he played in Orlando, and that's Tracy McGrady. I just think Tracy. I don't know why I love Tracy so much, but that was my guy. Like, just I love T-Mac. I loved him in Orlando. I loved him in Houston. Didn't really care about him as much in Toronto, which is
yeah.
But I guess when he got out of Vince's shadow, his cousin's shadow, and kind of did his own thing, I was a T-Mac guy, man. So T-Mac's my number one favorite player to watch.
It's funny because he was one of my like honorable mention guys. T-Mac, yeah. So I'm glad he was on your list. Yeah. All right, let me give you my top five. Now I'm going to preface this by saying the reason why I even watch NBA is because of one person, and he's in. We all know who that is. But since he has retired, there have been players that I've actively watched. Like, because to me, I watch the NBA. I don't really watch them for teams. I watch them for players. That's the only way. I can only watch the NBA to see players and playoffs. The playoffs are great, but I need to watch players. So they were at my number five. This player, early in his days on the Heat, I love to watch, and especially when he got his first championship before LeBron, and that was Dwayne Wade. Man, I used to love watching Dwayne Wade. Like I said, and this is BL before LeBron. I used to love watching Dwayne Wade, man, and yeah, I have him at number five. He was a dude that I would actually watch to see how well he would do. Coming in at number four, man, in the height of I loosely follow the Wizards. You know what I'm saying? I loosely follow them. I always root for them. I want them to do well. But I was actively watching Wizards games when this dude was playing. And that was Agent Zero, man, Gilbert Arenas, man. To me, he was so much fun to watch. And the crazy thing is, like, if he was around just like 10 years later, Gilbert Arenas, like the league, the way the league is now is built for him. Yeah, it is built for him. His game is so built for the league right now, man. But I used to love watching love watching Gilbert Arenas play. That dude was a second round draft pick out of Arizona, man. I never thought he was going to be that good, but man, he was. To me, those are the glory years of the Wizards, man.
Oh yeah, heck yeah, dude. Yeah, that was the time when I didn't like LeBron because he kept picking Wizards. Yeah. I was so mad.
Yeah, I love watching Gilbert Arenas play. Coming in number three, this is one of my all-time favorite players to watch. Whatever team he went on, I rooted for him because I love watching him play, and I always wanted to win. And that's Shaq, and this is from the Orlando days, and I had Penny. Penny would have made my number six. I love Penny, but see, I debated. Do I love Penny or did I love Little Penny? I wasn't sure. I might have been Little Penny. Yeah, maybe. But yeah, man, from the Orlando days to the LA days and even to the Heat and the Cleveland days, man, I was always rooting.
And Boston and Phoenix and he was on all those.
I forgot them, but yeah. But no, man, I always loved Shaq, man. Coming in number two, and it didn't start out this way, but maybe it did. It's LeBron because before I like watching him, I love to watch him lose. Like I watch LeBron to see his greatness, but I just rooted so hard against him. Yeah. But ever since he made that trip back to Cleveland, I've been not a LeBron fan, but loosely a LeBron supporter. I've rooted for him in Cleveland and in LA, and I just appreciate watching him so much. I appreciate his greatness so much, and it's weird. I appreciate him more as he's gotten older. Just realizing how great this dude is. And no matter what you can say about LeBron, he is fun to watch. period. But the reason why I watch basketball is MJ. I mean, I love the dude so much. I painted a picture of him when he retired. I was inspired to paint a picture of him, man, just pretty much as like a thank you to him, because he is the sole reason why I watch the NBA. If it weren't for him, I would have never watched basketball. Never.
Yeah, and that's good, because most people, sometimes you grow up with a team that wasn't really a team here. Because, the Baltimore Bullets moved to Washington. So I grew up just loving the Knicks as a team, but grew to love individual players. And then just grew up really watching the game. Like, even if I don't like somebody, like, of course, I can't stand Michael Jordan. I can't stand him. You can't sit here and doubt greatness. You can't doubt greatness. You can doubt how someone affects the game in a way. So, it's like Steph Curry. Like, who can't not love watching Steph?
Yeah.
Can Steph do anything on his own? Can he take a team on his own to the playoffs? The answer is no, he can't. But that dude, I never seen anybody not hit the rim. Like, every single time he shoots. I swear that dude hits the net on every shot. Like, unless he misses, but I mean, which is still rare.
Yeah, so, he was number 3. He was number 7 on my list.
Okay, yeah. I respect the heck out of that guy.
Yeah.
His dribble, his handle, but it's just that dude can shoot lights out. So yeah. So they named the top 75 players of all time. We're not going to go through all 75, but there's been some people that were left out of that 75, and that's what I want to talk about real quick. I know we only got a couple minutes.
Okay, who was left out? Yeah, who was left out?
Out of the top 75, Dwight Howard wasn't on there. T-Mac, of course. No Dwight Howard, no T-Mac, no Kyrie, no Klay Thompson.
Okay.
No Paul Gasol.
Okay.
Manu Ginobili, Tony Parker.
Let's
see.
Those are the first 2 that are giving me some pause. Everybody you said before that, I have no problem with. Ginobili and Tony Parker, I gotta think about that. Those are the first ones that actually giving me some. Yeah. Okay, who else? Because to me, I don't really see any snubs.
Well, those were the big ones. I mean, I guess the biggest discussion.
Klay Thompson is not a top 75.
Who?
Klay Thompson should not be on.
There's somebody tied for 76. So there's actually 76 on the 75. But so Klay feels this because he felt he should be in the top 75.
No, you shouldn't. But go ahead.
Yeah. So I'm saying that's how he feels. Don't get me wrong. The dude did score 37 in like a quarter.
Klay Thompson is not a top 70.
Hold on, but he was upset. So his team, when he came out to practice yesterday, they gave him a number 77 jersey. Since he didn't make the top 75, they gave him 77, which I thought was hilarious.
That's funny. But give me a break. Klay Thompson. All right, who else is who were tied? Do you know who was tied at 75 and 76?
I forgot. I honestly forgot. But it might have been like Damian Lillard or something. That got in there. But people were basically the biggest stuff people were saying through voting wise, people said Manu, like the public said Manu, because he was like a kind of James Harden, because that's where he traveled every time he shot too. And Dwight Howard, like,
no, Dwight Howard does not. No. Dwight, no, you are not a. If you put Dwight Howard on the top 75, just get rid of the list. Just get rid of it. Dwight, are you kidding me?
Well, again, I need to go back. This is the problem, and in all seriousness, because I need to go look.
What is this world coming to? People are mad that Dwight Howard isn't on the top 75.
Mad. Okay. Let's not say mad. No one's angry. It's just debating. No one's angry.
Dwight Howard.
Well, okay. So how do you feel about Anthony Davis? Should Anthony Davis be on the top 75?
No,
he's on there.
He shouldn't be. Anthony Davis.
Anthony Davis. I don't think Bill Walton shouldn't be on there either. He was always hurt.
I can't.
So Bill, to me, but Anthony Davis.
I can't speak on Bill. Why is please explain to me why Anthony Davis is on the top all-time 75?
I don't know.
Do you think he should be on that list?
No. Because I'm not saying he's not good. I just don't see it to me enough. And most I've watched him is when he joined the Lakers. I honestly didn't watch him a lot when he was in New Orleans. But ridiculous. I don't think he should be on the top. I don't think he's one of the top 75 people in the history of the league.
Get out of here. No, I know I just railed against Dwight Howard, but I would put Dwight Howard on that list before I put Anthony Davis on the list. And I would put Dwight Howard on that list.
Yeah, I would too. But yeah, we'll discuss Dwight next week. But
dude, man, we should have started off the show, but I can't believe.
Well, this would have been the whole show. That's the problem. But I want to talk about, honestly, I really want to discuss Dwight Howard's career more next week. So that's what we'll do. Okay. Discuss Dwight Howard's
real quick before we go, can we just talk a little bit about what happened this week though with Ben Simmons? What do you think of that whole situation, man?
Oh yeah. He's gotta go. Why are they? He needs to be traded off that team. Now I know he came back, he apologized and said he was not mentally ready to get back. He's in one of the worst. What I mean, the worst fans as far as them ribbing you and getting after you in the country. I'm not saying that like
he's in the wrong city. You're right. He's in the wrong city for this, man.
So I mean, I've never in my life seen hack a guard before in my life. And the fact that they were hacking him and that guy can't shoot free throws. A guard that can't shoot free throws is just astounding to me. But I don't know. He needs to be gone. And I thought they would have traded him during off season, and they didn't. So I don't know. And then Daryl Morey's talking about, oh, this could go on for years. Like they're not looking to get rid of him. I don't know.
Stupid.
What the issue is? I mean, as far as why he's still there.
Who do you blame for this?
Oh, I think there's a lot. Well, the blame goes to the player for not being able to shoot free throws. That's number one.
Okay, I agree.
Yeah, so that's I really believe he's number one, but Daryl Morey's not helping him. And no one's helping. I feel like no one's helping him out. Like if he's your teammate, you need to kind of let's rally around him, but because how he's been acting and all the stuff he's been doing. Even Embiid was like, yeah, I'm kind of done with him until he came back. He's like, you know what? He came back to the locker room. He talked to the guys, which is the first step. And, we need to rally around him now. So even Embiid changed his tone during the week. Doc changed his tone during the week. So, I don't think Doc was helpful during the offseason either. But
I blame the organization, Hurt. I feel like like you said, first of all, Ben Simmons needs to hold himself accountable to becoming better, right? But we all know that. We've known that for the last 3 years, right? Okay.
True.
So obviously, he's not a guy that's going to dedicate himself to get better. His shot hasn't gotten better. All they were saying when this dude was coming out, yeah, he can't shoot, but he'll get to the NBA and he'll develop a shot because you see it all the time. It's amazing how like they say in football, quarterbacks can't develop, you can't teach accuracy. But in the NBA, you see like big men all of a sudden become like 3-point shooters. You can develop a shot. You can come out the NBA and develop a shot. And I remember when Ben Simmons came out, that's what they said. This dude, he's going to get better. Don't worry about the fact that he can't really shoot in college because he's going to, he'll get to the NBA. He'll have time to improve his game, improve his shot. That has not happened at all. So, yes, he's number one to blame in terms of not bettering himself. However, at the end of the playoffs last year, when Doc Rivers came out and itched all over him, and when Doc pretty much said, "I don't know if I can win a championship with this guy."
Yeah. At
that point, he's done. He's done because at that point, you're letting him know you're not my guy. I can't win with you. So why would you bring that guy back? You don't bring that guy back. And
by the way, which isn't to me. That's not how. I mean, again, I'm not an NBA coach or a coach or anything. But if you're telling one of your players that That's not a good look. And then also it makes everybody else around him lose confidence in him because the coach is like, yeah, we can't do anything with you.
Right, and you got to get rid of it. You can't bring after you've said that, after you've tried to trade this guy in the offseason, like you can't bring that guy back. I don't want to go to a play. I don't want to show up to work. You know what I'm saying? Knowing that they don't want me here. They don't believe in me. Why do I got to show up to work every day knowing you don't even really want me here? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, so you got to go. They should have gotten rid of him. They asked too much for him, but it's to the point. Just get what you can. You know, you don't have any leverage. Get what you can and move on. But to expect this guy to come back and play hard and be a team player, that's stupid.
And improve his free throw shooting. And
that being said, though, he's now at the time where he needs to just man up. You know what I'm saying, and do his thing.
Yep. Come out there and just try to be a better player.
Yeah. So,
all right, but thank you everybody for tuning in. Did not know we're going to get into about Dwight Howard, but I cannot wait till next week. We'll talk about more about Dwight Howard because I really feel like I don't know. I don't know what argument I could make for him or against him. Probably more against him, but I'll look at it. But I still don't think Anthony Davis deserves to be on that list. So I'm going to find somebody.
That's utterly ridiculous.
Dude,
I wish. Dude, I had no idea.
So we're going to go through this a little bit.
We're going to have to delve into this next week.
We're going to have a lot of fun with this.
Anthony Davis.
Thank you everybody for tuning in. We're on StreamYard, on YouTube. We're going to be fighting about Anthony Davis and Dwight Howard probably for the rest of the week. We're also on Facebook, IG, and the Twitter as well. And, of course, you can find us on Spotify, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spreaker, and Stitcher apps. So wherever you find podcasts, you will find the NY to MD podcast. We may not be on your top 75, but we deserve to be. Thank you, everybody. Have a great week. And we'll see you next week. Oh, next week's Halloween. Dressing up.
See y'all. Right.
Holla to Dwight Howard. Yeah. AD.